I have owned Tears of the Kingdom for months now, but something has been keeping me away. It's a feeling, but it's deep rooted in my history, and I don't know on the surface what it is. I could not just put my finger on it, so I decided to explore what this feeling could be, do a little research, and try to understand. Why can't I play Tears of the Kingdom? So, guys, we're now starting with the biggest question of them all. Where did this even come from? Right? Where's the origin story for this? Let's start at the beginning to be able to dissect this and explore what's going on. So yeah, exploring the first time, that's exactly what we're doing here. And I could tell you the exact hook that brings it to Tears of the Kingdom, because this feeling came about in Breath of the Wild. That's it. Breath of the Wild was right there. It was in my face. I was playing it. Everything was fun. But I made the decision to play the game and go from Raruta to Rarudiana, you know, from elephant to lizard or whatever you want to call them. And I played through the elephant one, that was fine. I played through lizard, that was fine. This divine beast was good. And then I was fighting the boss in Varudayana, right? I say that really horrible, but bear with me. I was fighting the boss, and it suddenly became apparent to me that the game is an open world game, so it's always going to have that bit of, you could go to any one of these divine beasts first, kind of thing. The part that really gets me, though, is not the fact that you could go to any one of them, the fact that I didn't go to this one first. Because I began wondering, how difficult would this boss be? Because I had a difficult time with the divine beast Varuta because of the boss. How difficult would this boss be if I came back here first instead of going to that one first? Then I realized, a wave of sadness came over me because I realized that I could never come back here first. I could play, mechanically, I could play the game. I could go start, collect all the stuff. I could go to Goron area and do all that stuff first and make it into this door. Okay, that's not a problem. I could make it to the Divine Beast. I could fight this boss. I could do all of that. That's not the problem. The problem is, I could never experience that particular Divine Beast again for the first time. I could not recreate anything because now I have memory of it. And that's where the sadness came from. And I explored this thought for quite a while. I was thinking, other video games have given me that. So maybe I wasn't really starting from the beginning, but it's the beginning of enlightenment. This is where I figured out this is the feeling, right? But I couldn't put a name to the feeling. I researched a lot of words, and I'll give you those definitions here in a second, but that is the total sum of it. So let's go ahead and move into that second part. The words that are almost what we're looking for. These words are very similar to everything, but they are not exact. So I was doing some searching, soul searching and Google searching, and I've come across a few words, and the words are nostalgia, of course, When you're nostalgic for something, it means you're placing value on it, and it's something you want to experience again for another time because you've already experienced it once, and you're going to get that same thrill and rush whenever you do the nostalgic thing, right? Like, my video game collection is nostalgia for me because I played it as a kid. I remembered it when I was a kid. I play it today and it feels the same. It's not what I'm looking for because it feels the same, right? Nostalgia is something you can tangibly get back into and scratch the itch, if you will. I did run across a word that almost worked, and it was called anemoia. Anemoia is the experiencing of the loss or mourning of not being able to experience something or ever going to be able to experience something. Kind of like living in the 1800s. None of us can do that right now. So that it's something that you have a loss and a mourning for because you can't live in that era, or you can't do the thing that, you know, like you can't visit Busy Bee's soda shop in my hometown of Bella, Illinois. You know why? Because they tore it down a lot of years ago and built a CVS. But it was there when I was a kid. I could never go back to it. So I personally have a nostalgia for it, but I could never go back and do it again. Anemoia means you've never experienced it, but you're having a profound loss because you can't. Okay, so that's pretty close. So, what did I do? Well, there's some stuff out there. That it's hard to say the word, but it basically has a desire or for losing something. But that's not what I did. I lost something, but I didn't lose. It was just the first time experience that I've lost, right? It's not an actual object. So desiderium does not work. I think that's how you say it, desiderium. It could be desiderium too, but I don't know. Anyway, I haven't lost an object. That's it. So, as nostalgia and all this, like, there's a little bit of happiness to it because I've done something for the first time. I got to experience it, but then also there's sadness because I'll never be able to experience it again for the first time. And as I was going, I decided to ask ChatGPT. Okay, so ChatGPT obviously told me nostalgia, anemoia, and I said not exactly the same. What else can you give me? And we ended up with like a nostalgia, but it was like a 3-word long thing for nostalgia that kind of gave me this thing. And I go, okay, well, I need a 1-word for this. Let's create a new word, ChatGPT. And of course, very accommodating because it's just a word. It did warn me that it's not officially a word. And I was like, well, no words are officially words until they are used. Eventually, we put together some etymology and some stuff, and anemoia was really the base for this. And we ended up coming up with anatomoia. So anatomoia is now the official term for me and ChatGPT for the term of mourning the loss of an experience you could never have again for the first time. You could still have the experience, but it won't be like it was the first time again. Ever. And that word, that is why I can't play Tears of the Kingdom. I have a profound loss already from Breath of the Wild when I got to that point. Now, I went on to beat Breath of the Wild. It didn't bother me enough for that. But now I worry that something might happen in Tears of the Kingdom that I can never come back from. Can never experience it again the second time. Because let's face it, Nintendo knows how to write a Zelda story. No matter how light on quests or anything else that was going on in Breath of the Wild, it allowed you enough breadth to explore and just have fun with it. I'm afraid Tears of the Kingdom is going to do the same thing and give me just enough story to make sure that I can never, ever experience it twice in the same way. Anyway, that's it. That's everything. Thank you guys for stopping by and watching this. Like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Stay tuned here for just a second, and you can hear the special announcement. Thanks, guys. Stay up, stay safe. Game on. Alright, guys. Hey, special announcement. I've got my quest hat on right now. The quest hat is definitely the one that gives you a quest. Or for me, it's a request. Please like, subscribe, all that stuff. Also, consider heading over to patreon.com/Galthim Gaming to take a look at our Patreon, some early access videos, and some other polls and posts that are free for all users there. Also, as you may or may not know, I do stream on Mondays and Fridays from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. PST, and right now it's WoW Classic Hardcore. Come on over to twitch.tv/Galthim to join in the fun there every Monday and Friday. And pretty soon I'm moving that whole shebang over to my brand new channel coming up. It is youtube.com/Galthim Live. That's right, Galthim Live. We have a subscriber over there right now, but I'm just trying to get everybody that's on the subscriber list right now to go ahead and move over to that one and subscribe so that you guys can get over there before all the action starts. I'm slating it for January, but there might be a few times where I try it out before we even get there, November and December, just to have a little holiday fun and test it out before I really start going over there and hitting it hardcore. I'm dropping Twitch mostly because it's a great platform, but it's not the same platform. It's not where you guys are. And you guys are my main audience. So, yeah. So, again, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Stay safe, stay up, game on, all that great stuff. And thank you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you for watching this far. Thank you.